doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. It's July 4th. Happy America Day. Well, in previous years of the summer of 8-Bit, I took on G.I. Joe, which was an incredible game, and an incredibly American game. And the next year, I think I did Tecmo Super Bowl, which is equally American, equally amazing, even though they were both developed by and published by Japanese publishers and developers. Today, it's an American publisher. I don't know who the developer, where the developer comes from, and it's probably the most American thing on the Nintendo Entertainment System that isn't baseball. And oh my goodness, is it bad. It was published in 1988 here in America. It was published by Acclaim. Today's game is Rambo. Okay, so Rambo pretty much follows the plot of Rambo First Blood Part 2, the second movie in the series. And yeah, it follows the movie pretty closely, which is admirable. But there are some things that shouldn't be in the game that are that were in the movie. For instance, at the beginning of the game, Troutman comes in and asks you if you want to accept the mission. You're given the option to say yes or no. If you say no, he repeats the question and says, you can't, the game won't start until you say yes. Why is the question there then? Then there are these weird this weird map system in the game. There's this weird map thing in the game that's a blatant ripoff of both the Legend of both Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, and Friday the 13th, where if you stand on blocks that point north or south, it'll move you to another portion of the map. Problem is, it's nigh impossible to properly navigate that mess. It doesn't make sense the way it's set up. And so that was lifted directly from Friday the 13th, an LJN published game, which LJN, everybody knows, is a subsidiary of Acclaim. That's another video for another day. Then you have the gameplay, which is this weird side-scrolling hack and slash level building thing that's lifted directly from Zelda 2. Though, as flawed as Zelda 2 is to some gamers, it does this stuff a lot better than Rambo does. Infinitely better. So much so that this game has been maligned by this game was maligned by the angry video game nerds, so that should tell you how bad it is. The password system is incredibly flawed. It's a 24-character password system. Why? Back to the gameplay. For the majority of the game, you're fighting spiders, snakes, and bats. I don't remember John Rambo in the jungles of Vietnam fighting bats and spiders and snakes. I don't remember that. I remember him killing a lot of soldiers, which you get to towards the end of the game. But you do that with knives, with throwing knives and arrows, which Rambo uses those to kill people in the game, well, in the movies. Why it takes so long to get a machine gun in this game, I don't know. Hit detection and weapon interaction are completely off. It takes forever and a day for Rambo's weapons to go into motion once you press a button. I don't know why the delay's there. There shouldn't be a delay. It doesn't make sense. And finally, the weirdest thing that happened in this game is probably at the very end of the game. When you get to the end of the game and you meet up with Murdoch, it's the scene from the movie where Rambo goes into Murdoch's office with the machine gun and shoots everything up. Well, instead of the machine gun, Rambo throws a kanji symbol at Murdoch and turns him into a frog. What? What? Huh? Even for Acclaim, this stuff is egregious and ridiculous and terrible, and I never understood why this game was a thing. And the older I get, the harder it is for me to understand why this game is a thing. This might be as bad as this. Okay, put it in layman's terms. Rambo is the third part of the holy trinity of terrible Acclaim LJN titles. There's Back to the Future, Karate Kid, Rambo. It's like an unholy triangle of garbage. So never play this game. Never, ever, 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 ever play this game. Someone give it to you, give it back to him. This isn't my copy of Rambo. I don't own a copy of Rambo. You know why? Because Rambo is terrible. But America. This has been the 8-Bit Animal. I have something much better for you guys tomorrow.